you ready? It's the Roundtable with me, Robert Bannon.
Hey Roundtablers, it's Adrian Garzillo, along with John Garzillo as my cameraman. We're here for Press Day for Minority, a brand new play. Can't wait to let you meet the cast and the creatives. Have an awesome day. So I am here with the cast of the new Minority play. Hello everybody, welcome. Hi. Could you introduce yourselves to our Roundtablers?
Yes, my name is Ato Essandoh.
And who are you playing?
Cheikh Malick Diallo. Yeah.
Hi, my name is Nimene Wureh, and I'm playing Sami Monroe.
Nedra Marie Taylor. I'm playing Céza Depina.
How excited are you all to be working together? Is this the first time you're all working together?
First time.
Yeah.
We have a lot of mutual friends who are all like, oh my gosh, I can't wait to see the three of you together. So it's been a joy to be together.
I mean, as soon as they walked into the room, I was like, oh, we're good.
Isn't that a nice feeling when you have that?
Yeah.
And how has the process been?
It's been incredible. I mean, let me speak for myself. I think that our director, Sharifa, and Fran, the writer, they set up this place where it's safe to explore and to play. So it feels like we're just playing around, and then we're happening to do a play while we play around, which is really a lovely place to be.
And what about for you two?
Go ahead.
Yeah, you go.
Truly one of the most relaxing, enjoyable, joyous rooms I've ever been in for a rehearsal. Sharifa creates an environment as our director that allows us to just play and laugh with each other. And somehow the work becomes magic in the midst of all that. So it's been really nice.
I love that.
Yeah.
Magic. I love that.
Yeah. It's been great. I just second everything.
Collectively, we've got, I'm a big Chicago Med fan, so.
Oh, wow. Yeah. There you go.
And now, can we say, like, you just came back from filming season 3 of
The Diplomat.
Yes.
Yes, we can say that.
Okay, I wasn't sure. I don't, because I hate spoilers, so that's why I was like, I
Yesterday,
wanted to ask.
Just walked in the door, yes.
It's like,
from
that's
yesterday.
very exciting. And
Yeah.
Orange is the New Black.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Yes, it's been a while, but a few years ago.
Yes,
It was a lot
and
of
Oh
fun.
Mary.
Mary Jane,
yes. I mean, it's so exciting but I think, and it's so funny, my husband and I, we both wore blue. I went down this morning, I said, we did not plan this. I was like, we're wearing blue today. But if you can also tell me a little bit about your characters and what we can expect, without any spoilers, what we can expect.
Cheikh is an artist. He's a storyteller. He's a griot in the African tradition of Senegalese griots who are storytellers, and that's what his bread and butter is, and that's what his belief is, and he's trying to be like a real artist who doesn't need money and all that stuff and gets everything from the inspiration of the ancestors.
Okay.
Sami is very much a young artist. She's got a lot of talent, a lot of ambition, and a lot of excitement. And she's trying to figure out the world. Oh, do I look at you? Sorry.
You can look at the camera,
okay.
whatever you like.
She's trying to figure out the art world and figuring out like who she is as an artist, while also trying to find some mentors and people to look up to. And throughout the play, she learns some things that change her a little bit.
Oh, okay. Mentors are important.
Céza is a painter from Cabo Verde. And actually, let me start that over because it's Cabo Verde. Céza is a painter from Cabo Verde. I am past my prime and trying to find my way home.
I love that. So enriched characters.
Yeah.
And I think it's so important. I love live theater. I always have. And we're from New Jersey, so coming over to see. Yeah. Well, North Bergen, but now I'm in Ramsey. So yes. But I think it's so important that theater, new stories need to be told. And I think diversity is very important. It needs to be out there. And, especially in these times, I think it's very important. So it's exciting to see a play like this come along. Yes.
Fantastic.
Yes. Have you guys seen anything recently that struck your fancy out there?
Well, speaking of Oh Mary, I saw it, and it was one of the most astounding things I've ever seen. It was unbelievably fantastic, and it was like one of those things that would have inspired me as a 13-year-old to be an actor. Like it was that good.
Oh my gosh, yeah, we haven't seen that one yet.
Yeah. I just saw Glenn Ross and Nigel the Invited Dress because Donald is in it, who I just did Our Town with, and he was fantastic, and the rest of the cast is obviously, they were great.
So exciting.
Yeah, it was cool to see. I had never heard of it, but it was It was great.
That's so awesome. And have you seen anything else?
Recently closed A Wonderful World on Broadway. I mean, one of my dear friends and old classmate, Oren Squire, wrote it, and it was...
I know Oren.
Do you?
Yeah,
really?
I know
Isn't he
him.
fantastic?
Yeah.
Yeah, he was my
man.
classmate from the Actors Studio.
Oh, that's cool.
Just a really inspiring story that not most of us know, that somehow was women-centered, and he did a fantastic job with it. So.
Oh, that's so great. I love that. Yeah, so, but make sure you buy your tickets, come see Minority, the play. It should be fantastic. Look at this amazing cast. Come support theater. Come on over. Thanks so much, Roundtablers. We'll see you soon. I am here with the creative masters behind the beautiful new play, Minority. So if you could introduce yourself to our Roundtablers, please.
Hello, my name is Sharifa Ali. I use she, her pronouns, and I'm the director.
Hi, my name is Francisca da Silveira. I use she, her pronouns, and I am the playwright.
How exciting is it for this to now be coming to fruition? And if I may ask, how did it start?
I am so thrilled. It has been a long process, but a fruitful one. I started writing the play in 2020. And we've done, I think, 3 workshops, plus a couple of little sprinkles in there, with fantastic actors along the way. Ato, who's in the cast now, has done 2 of those workshops. So it feels really wonderful to have him in the family, continuing on. And yeah, the play came from my sort of love of words, and definitions, and thinking about words that have sort of become a little bit overused to the point where maybe they have sort of lost the nuance of them a little bit, and we don't really talk with them with specificity, like words like community or diversity and minority.
They need a re-education of what they mean.
Yeah, or just when we use those words to just be specific about the context that we're using them in. And so, and I've also really been fascinated with festivals and conferences. One of my favorites that I've been to a couple of times is the Edinburgh Fringe Festival. And so these spaces where you just have artists of all disciplines coming together from all over the world, from many different generations, and you just have them all in one place, and it's such an exciting place. And just how exciting a space it is, and how, you know, many ideas get shared there. And then being an artist of color, being a Black artist in those spaces, and the sort of questions that you get asked, and so I that's where the sort of nuggets of this play came from.
Yes.
And then I got to choose my director.
Isn't that exciting?
Very exciting. And so lucky to have been introduced to Sharifa, who we immediately connected, not only around the play, but just as who we want to be as artists in life. And so,
Well, when that happens, when you connect in that way, the work doesn't feel like work. It feels like an extension of self. It feels like the invitation to sort of do some internal reflection, to bring your whole self, your entire humanity into the room. And I feel like that's the invitation. You asked earlier how we're feeling now that we're in rehearsals and we have an opening coming up. I think I feel emotional because in many ways, this has been, you know, for Fran, a 5-year-long development process. For me, a 3-year-long development process, because I joined once you had your first draft ready. I feel emotional because it means that we are moving into a different phase, and that the piece that once belonged, you know, just to a small handful of people will be introduced to the world, and that process sort of evokes in me, you know, some emotions, of course.
In doing my research, I came across this quote, and it said, not quote, but describing you, and it said, a creative leader committed to working with an open heart at the intersection of the performing arts and humanitarianism. I love that. I wrote that down and I said, that's beautiful. Like, can that be like I wish more people would be as open and be welcoming, you know, to different things. And I just think it's so important, like I was saying before to your cast, that I've been, you know, we live in New Jersey, but I've been coming to plays, but I think it's so important to have diversity and to have different stories be told.
Completely.
We love the originals and everything, but there needs new stories to be told. New voices need to be heard.
Yeah, I think new stories and new voices and also new processes to create those stories. And we've been really intentional about how we are trying to curate not only like the workshop space, but the rehearsal space as well, and to just create a different vibe.
Yes.
You know, I think
Yes.
often we can be so product oriented in the theater, and for here, like Sharifa said, like we are humans, we are people, we are bringing our full selves into this space, and that can only make the work even better when you put those things together, and also bringing back play. It's fun.
Yes.
Because it's theater.
Your cast said that they felt this was the safest. I think it was Nedra who said she felt so wonderful being here, that it was happy and fun, and they were able to create even more. And I think that's got to be great to hear.
Well, I mean, that's a big honor, especially coming from an artist like Nedra, who is so admired and well respected and who's so gifted. And I think all we're trying to do is create the perfect conditions for creativity to thrive. And part of being a sort of heart-led, open-hearted artist is about allowing yourself to be a human, allowing yourself to see the humanity in others, removing this myth of separation from the equation. Because I think our Western society and our values and our extractive sort of ways of living and being and working here sort of reinforce this idea that we're separate from one another, that I don't need you, that I'm not affected by what you do. And we're here to say that that is a myth, that we are not separate from one another, that we're all interconnected. And that's what Minority also tells us in the story, that what we do is actually affects others, and what we do matters, and that we're all connected.
Yes. Oh my gosh, I love that. Thank you so much. Congratulations. Thank you for stopping by, and go buy your tickets. Come see this play, Minority. It opens
March 29th is when our previews begin.
Yes. Ooh, how excited.
We want to share this with our entire theatre community and beyond. Please come. There are a myriad of ways to get tickets, including $10 tickets that are available in every show.
Oh, that's
so that,
fantastic.
yes, we're trying to remove the barriers to access so that everyone can come.
I see. So now there's no excuse, because you can do that. It's the same as like buying a latte. So let's do it.
Yeah,
Yes.
exactly.
Yes, right?
In this
Yes.
economy?
In this economy, it's like, skip the lavender matcha and then come see this and then get it the next day. You will.
Exactly.
Yes.
That's an influencer.
I try. Are here with the artistic team behind this amazing play, Minority. And I'm here with Adrienne, and your last name, Campbell Holt.
Campbell Holt, yeah.
Holt. And we have Lisa McNulty.
McNulty.
See? I did it right. Yay! So now you are the creative director for...
The producing artistic director of WP Theater, yep.
Yes.
And I'm the artistic director of Cold Core.
So how did this happen to just fall into your laps?
Well, it started when I got to know Fran's work first anonymously when she was submitted for a prize I was reading for. I fell in love with her work. I said, I need to know who this playwright is. And I sought her out, and that was in 2020. So Cold Core commissioned Fran way back then. We've been working on the play for a few years. Lisa and WP and I are always kind of strategizing about what we can do together. This is our third co-production.
Wow.
So I shared it with Lisa. She was really passionate and responded to the piece, met with Fran, loved the ideas and the team. So we came together, and the rest is history.
Magic was made.
Yeah.
So now what does it take to get a production like this started and whatnot?
Ooh, gosh, these days, a whole lot, particularly, for an identity-focused organization. It's a crazy time. But I think it really begins with two folks who are passionate about work, about a story that wants to be told, that feels urgent in this moment, which this play really does. And I think folks who just like each other and feel like, we are the folks to come together to tell this story. And then a whole bunch of money.
Yes. Now, what is it like do you have to raise money? Like, how does that work in regards to getting some, any type of production kind of going?
We're always raising money. I mean, I think both of us are always out there beating the pavement, hustling to get that money in the door. These are, as everybody knows, tricky times for not-for-profits, but I think an even more important time for not-for-profits. So in some ways it makes that hustle a little bit easier, I think, to know the importance of the work and just to get out there to make sure that we're the places that are still here, making sure that those stories get told.
I think that's so important nowadays, just so that you have new stories and different. And we love the ragtimes and all that kind of stuff. That's great, but things like this, these stories need to be told, especially
For sure.
In today's climate that we're in right now. But that's why I think it's so great, and I love live theater. And yes, musicals are always fun, but plays are also so important and can be so impactful. So we appreciate that you guys can do this and bring this out to the world. It's so exciting.
For sure.
Absolutely.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Thank you guys so
Thank
much.
you so much.
Yes.